Hi there! Welcome to Apple World. I mean, I'm a trick scholar to some extent. Like when I interface dabs that perhaps ought not be associated, I don't know. But specific spots, like when I see that they put each person of color in the motion pictures in the dress eventually in their vocation. I'll interface a dabs like why every free. One of these sibling got we dress, you gotta realize that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You want to safeguard your image consistently when things happen that might potentially influence your image. Your cerebrum can be lessened, and you don't. You don't believe that should occur, and from the vibes of it, the new popey isn't Turkson, the new pope is 99-year-old Oscar, chosen one Sen Wallace Dave Chapelle has become well known by dropping some reality bombs about the clouded side of Hollywood, and his most recent objective is that, as a matter of fact, Kevin Hart is commended across the globe for his trademark kind of humor. Anyway, Dave has given fans a rude awakening, as indicated by him. The main reason Kevin is at the top of his game is on the grounds that he made an arrangement with the demons of Hollywood by fulfilling their needs. Kevin purchased his direction to notoriety and prevalence. Now we realize that a rising specialists need to carry out a few pointless tasks for a seat at the table. However, did Kevin truly do the things that Dave's maxim he did? Is there any reality to Dave's words? How about we make a plunge in my business? I'm up here accomplishing something that no other individual's business has the balls to do. I'm letting you know something that you want to realize. I'm attempting to clarify for you what you're seeing yourself. You don't have any idea what you're seeing. Kevin Hart and Dave Chapelle are both generally acclaimed comics anyway, regardless of working in a similar industry. The two of them are in unfathomably different vocations, while Kevin puts on a show of being a nice fella. Dave's an awe-inspiring phenomenon. For a really long time, the silly entertainer has uncovered the genuine substance of Hollywood. There's been a running hypothesis hypothesizing that rising dark performers are approached to wear a dress and assume the job of a misrepresented cliché character on screen. For some odd reason, most dark entertainers arrive at the zeniths of progress subsequent to playing these kinds of jobs. It is conceivable that there is nothing more clever than a person in a dress, and on the off chance that that is the situation, it could likewise be expressed that there's nothing more clever than a person of color in a dress. I observed my companions all through my whole life be all ready to dunk a crate, but not me now. Dave began letting the cat out of the bag in 2006. In those days, he gathered his sacks and vanished off the essence of the earth to Africa. The media was expressing a wide range of things that the popularity had gotten to Dave, and he was unable to confront the tension anyway. He in the end returned and plunked down for a meeting with Oprah Winfrey. Obviously, Dave had gotten a $50 million arrangement from Funny TV at Heck. Left it without the slightest hesitation, all in light of the fact that the individuals in control believed him should get surrender specific pieces of himself, and Dave wasn't alright with it. Dave additionally discussed how large media organizations moved toward him to compose portraits anyway. Dave saw that these portrayals were more about individuals giggling at him than with him, and that is the point at which the joke artist understood that he was being asked to sell his spirit for the commitment of distinction and achievement anyway. Dissimilar to Hart, Chapelle had standards he needed to stick. He was unable to track down it in himself to adjust to the norms that the Hollywood first class expected from him. As a matter of fact, Dave reviewed that, like Hart, he was also approached to wear a dress for a film scene, but he wasn't available. I'm working on a film with Martin, and things are going well. When I walk into a trailer, I think to myself, man, this should be an off-base trailer because there's a dress in here. When the director comes in, he's like, Dave, listen, we got this funny scene where Martin's escaping prison, so he disguises you as a whore. Chapelle adhered to his goals even despite makers who continued to advise him that every one of the greats before him had done it. No, I'm not doing it. I feel really awkward with that. That ought to have been in a conversation. What do you feel awkward with? I mean, it's a silly piece. Every one of the greats have done it so well, assuming every one of the greats have done it. It's sort of hacky, right? You're correct. So for what reason don't we simply not do it? Because I feel really awkward when I address Gracious. Come on, Dave. Listen, we got everything set up we should shoot anyway. Dave wasn't going to sell his spirit. And when the makers understood that there was no persuading him, they let him be each consistently. You squander cost this much cash, you realize the strain comes in. I'm not. Wearing no dress, man. I'm more clever than the dress. Simply give me something amusing to say. I don't wear no dress to be entertaining. One of my Milton BS. You realize we going this way, and afterward at last he waits. And he leaves, and afterward like the chief comes Dave. It truly would be perfect assuming you wear the dress. What up is this Brokeback Mountain in here? So curiously, Dave was correct. He didn't have to wear the dress for the scene. To work clear, I was promotion. I'm not wearing the dress. I'm not wearing the dress. Okay, fine, consider something different. Person returns 10 minutes after the fact, the entirely different scene. How could you compose the scene so quick? You know it resembles. Oh, you gotta take as per Dave, there wasn't actually any need to focus on wearing the dress. It was about the way that dark performers were approached to complete arbitrary tasks at the expense of their dignity and public embarrassment for admittance to similar open doors as their white partners. Kevin Hart was requested his input on Dave's words during the press visit for a 5-year commitment with Dark Tree Television in 2012. Dave, another extraordinary jokester, said that in the business they attempted to make him wear a dress. Have you at any point run into that with scripts? And is that something that you realize you wouldn't do? You most certainly have run into to put on the dress, and that's what he said. Youthful specialists should lay out their limits from the beginning with respect to what he would do in a circumstance like that himself. Hart said that he could never follow through with something like that for cash. I mean, you must have limits. You must have limits that you deny to cross. For me. I understand what they are. They've yet to be tested. So you realize I don't need to talk to them. I was approached to spill a back ball on a television show. Today I expressed no to that, not that that was a dress yet. I resembled no, I'm going to look bad anyway. A year after the fact, Kevin did an entire 180. A Pope Seanan is lifting her arms into her Mark Musselin present. He was dancing around an ASNL drama in a dress, and fans were not having it. They pummeled Kevin for being a sellout. One fan composed, "That is what selling your spirit resembles, at least a slice of the pie." One more fan's appeal. Read to at last, except Dave's words composing it is by all accounts genuine. The thing Dave Chapelle said about coercion jokesters being made to wear dresses, every one of the ones that are doing it have succeeded. However, the ones that are the ones said they won't generally care for Chapelle Cat Williams, and others are presently not at the center of attention. Furthermore, are attempting to gain appreciation. Others believed that the dress was essential for a custom that Kevin needed to perform to get close in. To Hollywood's inward circle. As per a running hypothesis, the upper administration expected to affirm that Kevin adjusted to similar perspectives as them. In those days, there had been some buzz about Kevin being homophobic, and so individuals from the mysterious society required Kevin to finish an assessment before they opened up entryways of chance for himself, as well as that is where the dress came in one fan's composition. It's generally clear to the point that this was simply a commencement custom in light of the fact that the actual play is actually a major buzz. Kill entertaining. Kevin rushed to answer the analysis. He cleared up the disarray in a tweet, saying, "I wore a dress on SNL on the grounds that I thought it was entertaining. I went with that choice. No one made it for me. I'm my own supervisor." He proceeded with a comment on the positive stuff, like the way that relatively few dark jokesters have gotten the opportunity to do SNL checkout at the 10,000-foot view before you destroy it. He additionally said, "I will keep on doing what I excel at, which is making individuals snicker. Currently, back to your consistently booked programming anyway." Fans were not getting it. One answered Kevin's tweet, "In the event that you work for yourself, for what reason are you making sense of your decisions? Quietness is a strong supervisor. It's not tied in with wearing the dress. It's more about demonstrating you're willing to forfeit your honesty for popularity, and when the privilege was fulfilled, Kevin might want to go too far. So they let him in, so a few of us pursue decisions. I believe it's anything but the greatest." Decisions for others. Not long after his SNL drama, Kevin was stowing roles left and right. He proceeded to star in a few Hollywood blockbusters, including Jumanji: Focal Knowledge, Get Hard, and Ride Along. He even protected an organization with Nickelodeon Hell. He even proceeded to send off his own creation organization. Heartbeat Creations' potential open doors appeared to fall into his lap. In the meantime, specialists like Dave Chapelle, who wouldn't wear the dress or, as such, adjust to Hollywood principles, started to blur from the spotlight. Cat Williams has a comparative story online. "I realize you don't invest all your energy online about Kevin Hart. wearing a dress in ASNL production, and Chapelle talked about that as a jokester dark entertainers. Generally, being approached to wear dresses. Have you ran into that, and what is your take on that entire Illuminati hypothesis that individuals put out there about that for a really long time? Kat has spoken about the clouded side of Hollywood, uncovering the difficulties that exist for dark performers in the business. His words repeated Dave's as he also talked about the dress discussion while addressing Kevin's decision to wear them. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.